Hello, my name is Melanie Valley, and I am the owner of Kirkland Counseling Center. And today I'm going to talk to you about neurofeedback, which is one of the techniques or modalities that we use in our center to help manage anxiety and depression, increase creativity and connection. I commonly get asked, what is neurofeedback? How does it work? So I wanted to take a little bit of a time today to explain that to you, and I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible. So neurofeedback was initially developed by Dr. Femi about 25-30 years ago. And he really wanted to figure out how to get people into, including himself, into this thing called the alpha brainwave, not to be confused with the alpha macho male. So what does that mean? So there's 5 different brainwaves that our brains emit, and I'm going to go through those really simply. So when we're sleeping, we're in what's called the delta brainwave. The delta brainwave is very slow, and these brainwaves are measured in hertz. So if you liken hertz to a speed limit, it's going to be very slow. So like 0.5 to 4 hertz is going to be that delta brainwave. How you can remember it, if you wanted to remember it, is delta starts with a D. So D is we're going to connect a D with deep sleep or dead sleep. The next brainwave, in that brainwave, by the way, when you're at dead sleep or you're in that deep sleep, you cannot access any unconscious material, subconscious material, or conscious material. You're out. It's like the equivalent of being in a coma or under general anesthetic. So the next brainwave, so as we're waking up and we're falling asleep, we go into what's called a theta brainwave. Now, that theta brainwave is 4 to 8 hertz, again very slow, like 4 to 8 miles an hour, very slow. The neat thing about the theta brainwave is you can actually access some subconscious material, and at times even a little bit of unconscious material. The really cool thing, if you're into creativity and developing things, whether it's technology or art, that theta brainwave is something to savor, because in that theta brainwave you're very much connected to the field or creativity. You're able to access a lot of information. So that is something we'll go into in a later video, but we're going to move on to the alpha brainwave. So as we're sleeping, we move into theta. Theta is twilight. You're kind of that funny feeling, am I awake? You're kind of half asleep, half awake. And then when we come to, if we wake up naturally without an artificial alarm, we would naturally move into what's called an alpha state. And in that alpha state, you're at an 8 to 12 hertz, which is a little bit faster. You're actually moving now, like in a car, you can actually get somewhere at 8 to 12 hertz. But the attentional style is open, and we're going to compare that to the next brainwave, which would be beta. And there's 3 levels of beta, we'll get into that later as well. But there's a low, medium, and a high beta. And beta, the attentional style in beta is going to be a narrow focus. So an example would be open focus. You're at the beach, you're laying on your back, you're looking up at the sky, you're looking at the clouds floating by. You're in an effortless state of being. In the beta, you're going to narrow focus. This is kind of a cool scientific truth, is that when you're walking, so how you can apply this immediately is, even when you're walking, scientists have discovered that when you're walking with your eyes glanced down in a beta focus, you're not gonna submit serotonin. But when you're in an open focus and you're walking and you're looking up in that open attentional style, you will actually secrete more serotonin. So being in this open focus, we know, improves serotonin levels, helps the body to balance itself and be in its natural state. In our natural state, we are happy, connected, creative. In our unnatural state, like an unhealthy plant, we're going to be depressed, disconnected, and pretty much feel like crap. So the goal is to experience that alpha, and a lot of times people will confuse alpha with doing things like meditation, yoga, and certain types of meditation can absolutely increase alpha production for sure. And the goal again is to be in an effortless state. So that's one of the things that we work with when clients come in neurofeedback. And other examples of what we do are EFT, emotional freedom techniques, matrix reimprinting. We do mindfulness. We do a lot of mindfulness exercises that can help increase that alpha. The beta, when we're in this narrow focus, so when we're studying, we're driving, even a lot of the yoga poses, other than Shavasana and Child's Pose, we're going to be in some form of beta. In my opinion, part of why we experience the culture from little bitty kids, even starting at 2, all the way up to 100, is we end up in this beta brainwave all day long. From the time the alarm goes up in the morning, getting through traffic, at work, we're like focus all day long. And the body cannot sustain that. The body can only sustain that for a certain period without breaking down. And those breakdowns will show up in my office as anxiety attacks, panic attacks, can't sleep, insomnia, problems in relationships, sexual dysfunction, etc., etc. And this is also really important for peak performance. So for athletes and people that are really trying to perform at their peak at work or in their relationship, having a balance of alpha is going to help support all of that. So, in summary, one of the things that we're really excited to be able to share with people is how to increase alpha production. Is it possible to increase alpha production? Is one of the things that I'm working on currently with my PhD program, and one of the things that we are really excited to share with clients as well. We've seen it be extremely helpful. I know it's been helpful in my life as well, and more to come. Thank you so much.